Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunflower Cottage Crochet. This is Sarah, and today I'm going to show you how to do what's called the cable stitch. Now this is used in our Autumn Rose scarf and beanie. This is the beanie with a pom-pom. And as you can see, the stitch it's kind of like weird interlocking rings. It's not really very cable-y, but I guess it is. But it is a cable stitch and not a cable pattern, so there is a difference, and this is a smaller size without the pom-pom. So to get started, I am using a worsted weight acrylic yarn. I love this yarn in Orchid, and this is a I-5.5mm Furls crochet hook, and they're Streamline and Ebony for those that want to know what I'm using. So I already have one row. It is a 2-row repeat done for you to show you what it's going to look like as you're working on it. So in order to do this stitch for designers, it is a multiple of 3. If you're chaining up, it is just a multiple of 3. Also, you can say it is a multiple of 3 plus 2 plus 1 for the turning chain. And if you do a foundation single crochet row, it is a multiple of 3 plus 2. All right, so to begin, I chained up 12. So if you feel like following along, pause the video and chain up 12. And then work single crochet back across that row, starting in the second chain from the hook. So you will have 11 single crochets. So now, to begin working your first row of this cable stitch, you're going to chain 1, turn, and you're going to single crochet in the first stitch, and then you're going to chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and single crochet into the third stitch. Now turn your work so that the working yarn is behind the hook, and place 1 single crochet into each of the 3 chains, not around but into. Then you're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet that you made. And now you're going to turn your work again, but so that the working yarn is behind the hook. Push the bridge down to expose the 2 skipped stitches, and place 1 single crochet into each of the 2 skipped stitches. And that is the completion of your first cable stitch. Now to make another one, you're going to chain up 3 from where you're at, skip 2, and work a single crochet into the third or next stitch. Turn the work so the yarn is behind the hook. Work 3 single crochets into the chain, not around it, and slip stitch into this next single crochet where you did your chain 3 from. And then you're going to turn your work again so that the work is behind the hook. I need a little bit more yarn. Whoops. Push the bridge down to expose the 2 skipped stitches, and work 1 single crochet into each of the skipped stitches. So we have 1 more to work, and you should have 4 stitches left when you're at the end of your row. So we're going to chain up 3, skip 2, work into the next with a single crochet, turn your work so that the yarn is behind the hook, work your 3 single crochets along the chain into the chain, slip stitch to the single crochet you did your chain 3 from, turn the work again so that the yarn is behind the hook, push the bridge down to expose the 2 skipped stitches, and work 1 single crochet into each of the 2 skipped stitches. And now we're just going to single crochet into that last stitch. It is a little bit fiddly, but you can do it, I promise. Okay, so that is what it should look like. You're going to start with a single crochet and end with a single crochet, but the beginning single crochet is also the start of your cable stitch. So, but the end stitch single crochet is all by itself. So now you're going to chain 1 and turn, and this is the second row of the 2-row repeat for this stitch because there is a front and a back. And obviously now we're on to the back side. So you're going to single crochet in the first stitch, and to keep the stitch count we have to add a stitch because we worked into one of them and so it's no longer available. So right here is a single crochet. It's one of those 2 skipped ones. We're going to place 2 single crochet, and in the next of those 2 skipped we're going to put 1, and then you're going to skip over this leg and go into the next of those 2 skip stitches from the previous row and place 2 single crochet and then 1 into the next available stitch. And again, skip over that leg. It's kind of covering up the available single crochet, and you put 2 in that one and then 1 in the next. Okay, and then this is the other fiddly part. Skip that little leg and barely expose the very edge of that very first single crochet of the round or the row, and then make a single crochet into that. So you're doing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 all the way across to 1, and then you're going to chain 1 and turn, and then you're going to rework the same pattern across that we did in the first row. So again, chain up 3, skip 2, single crochet into the next, turn your work, single crochet into each of the 3 chains, maybe made that one kind of tight, didn't I? And then slip stitch to that first single crochet, and yes, it's fiddly. Oops, slip stitch. All right, turn your work again, push the bridge down, expose the 2 skip stitches and single crochet into each one. Chain 3, get a little more yarn again, skip 2, single crochet into the next, turn your work, single crochet into each of the 3 chains. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. There we go. Nervous hands, I think. And then slip stitch to that single crochet that you worked your chain 3 from, push the bridge down, and single crochet into the 2 skipped stitches. Chain 3, skip 2, you'll have 4 stitches left at the end of your row. Okay, so after you've got your chain 3 and you skip 2 single crochet into that next one, turn the work, and nervous hands, work a single crochet into each of those 3 chains, slip stitch to the single crochet that you did your chain 3 from, turn the work, push down that bridge to expose the 2 skip stitches, and place a single crochet into each one. And because we're at the end of the row, you have 1 stitch left, we're just going to place a single crochet right into that last stitch. And there you have it. So now, to finish your 2 row repeat, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and this is the obvious wrong side. Get a little more yarn again. So single crochet into the first, 2 single crochet into the next single crochet. This is going to put our stitch count back to where it needs to be. 1 single crochet into the next, and you see this little leg, skip over that and place 2 single crochet into this stitch, and then 1 into the next. Hop over the leg, put 2 single crochet into this one, and 1 into the next. And this is the fiddly one. We're gonna find it. it's buried and leaning. The very last stitch, single crochet on top of that. It is quite buried, so it does feel like you're going into the side of the work, and even if you are, that's fine because it does even out the row, makes it straight, and you still have your stitch count. So then you would chain 1 and turn and continue on with the same exact stitch pattern that I've given you. It is a 2-row repeat, and you can see they stack up really nice. Now, I know that you must have noticed in my hat that I seem to have some space between my cable stitch rows, and that's true. I actually crocheted several rows. It just doesn't look like it because they're ribbed, so the ribbing makes them come together. But as you can see, there's many ways to customize this. All you need to know is that in order to work the pattern, the cable stitching needs to end up on the quote right side of your pattern. So crochet as many rows between as you like, and then when you're on the correct side again, start your cable stitch row again if you want to space them out. If you like how it looks all bumpy like this, which I do, I like both, just continue on the way we had been in the tutorial. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful, and as always, thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button and the little bell to be notified anytime we upload new videos or go live. We will soon be having a lot more videos on yarn reviews, yarn unboxing, and a giveaway, and you have to be a member of our Facebook group to be part of that, any giveaway really. So we hope to see you again. Ta-ta.